I did not like the fact that I couldn't see people week after week that I get to see normally.
I know myself and a lot of my friends were really overwhelmed by how do we have our kids at home 24/7, locked in the house, work from home, manage our household, and like stay a sane human being.
So huge celebration was that our history in our worship ministry is phenomenal. We had then Mike come in, was able to take that, run with that. The crew, their ability to completely overhaul what our capacities were and to consistently hear people, and they were really surprised, some shocked, like, that's really well done. The production quality is amazing.
This whole COVID thing has started a couple of brand new ministries that we didn't even have. The telephone ministry thing. We had about 40 different volunteers that would call 20 or so people every week just to say, here's what's going on, so that they could keep the church informed about what was going on.
You know, when we were first disconnected with students, we were thinking, okay, there's so many kids who are asking questions during this time. And we were like, why not try to roll out Alpha? And we had over 30 students joining Alpha in that span of time, because there were so many kids who were hungry, who were disconnected, that we were able to get connected. And then as we came back, we started seeing faces we had never seen before who said, I would never step in, I've never thought about coming to church. I never knew anything about Jesus. And then all of a sudden they're showing up in this season. So it was really cool.
What we found was our students were so hungry for connection. It's actually the most open they've ever been. So relationally and spiritually, they were asking questions. They were easy to engage. They wanted to be here. It wasn't one more thing on their busy schedule. So that's been really fun.
I got to be a part of the VC Kids delivery team one week, and I show up to this house, and as soon as the dad yells for the kids come running out. Like, Pastor Casey, and it's right in the middle of homeschool Wednesday or something like that. And a few maybe hours later in the afternoon, I get an email from Grandma and Grandpa who take the kids to church, and they said it was the highlight of their week, And that's the kind of thing that our kids, our VC Kids, is doing in the lives of our children. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think for me, I had quite a few highlights. Obviously, the Christmas album was exciting, but I think for me, the most exciting was the Christmas Eve thing that we put together, and then quickly realized how valuable it was, and that for me was the most exciting piece, was the reach that it had to do something really compact and really short, and that was probably for me one of the biggest highlights of the year.
Yeah. I think that just with everything that happened this year, it's just really encouraging to be a part of our church and to watch how we've come together as a community, how we've grown as a community this year, and what God has ahead.
So as I think back on 2020, and actually the last couple of weeks, I've really been reflecting on the power of reminding ourselves of God's faithfulness. Scripture says to remember what He's done, and I think back, and I'm just kind of overwhelmed and encouraged by God's church has always existed and always prevailed throughout time. And so this stop on the radar of COVID-19 in 2020 is just a blip. And God will continue to be faithful, and He's always going to be good. His church will always advance, whether there's division or whatever there is going on. It's produced in me, oddly, even greater confidence in Him and His kingdom.